Just on the topic of masking in schools, if you could just clarify, I know you've talked about this a little bit already, do you think that at some point in the future, even if that point isn't now, it would be appropriate for there to be updated federal guidelines just to avoid confusion? I think the administration has been clear that on other issues there are sort of messaging issues that could have been a little bit more clear coming from the administration. So on this issue, do you think that that might be appropriate?
Well, the guidance is very clear, which is that we recommend masking in schools. That is the recommendation from the CDC. It is also true that at some point when the science and the data warrants, of course, our hope is that that's no longer the recommendation, and they are continually assessing that. But the guidance is very clear. It is also true that it has always been up to local school districts to make determinations about how to implement these policies. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. Just to follow on that, you had said that you guys are in constant contact with CDC about what it looks like to move forward. Can we expect the president to provide some sort of roadmap for how states can transition out of a state of emergency, kind of akin to what he did with the winter strategy?
We're in constant discussion internally about the moment we're in as it relates to COVID. And of course, as the president said, I think during his press conference just 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, we certainly don't see this moment now as the new normal, right? But we want to get to a point where COVID is not disrupting our daily lives. And I'm sure you will hear more from the president about that. But we're constantly discussing that internally.
Can I ask one more just for a colleague? The Education Department announced Friday it was going to withdraw its appeal for a $100,000 student loan forgiveness court decision. Wondering if you could shed any light on why the Biden administration reversed its decision to appeal the case, and if there's any plans to fight other bankruptcy cases.
I would really point you to the Department of Education, the Department of Justice potentially, but I will check and see if there's anything more we can offer on that from here. Go ahead.
Got one more on masks. I was wondering if I could just ask it this way.
Sure.
The president's wife is an educator. He just heard from governors across the country last week, many of whom were saying this is enough, it's time for new normal. Where is he on this after taking all of these inputs?
Well, the president is not a private citizen. He's president of the United States, right? So
So I'm asking.
Well, but I guess I'm saying it's different than asking kind of a person on the street, right? I mean, it is different because he is the president. He needs to project what the data and the science is telling us. And the data and science, where we get that guidance from, is the CDC and our health and medical experts. Their guidance continues to be that in schools people should mask up. So that is what we are continuing to convey and recommend.
And then can you tell us any more about where he will be going on Thursday?
Not quite yet, but hopefully, maybe by the end of the day, we hope to have some more details very soon. Sure, go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. Going back to Dr. Landler, the investigation found credible evidence of multiple women having complained to other staff about negative interactions with him, with a pattern of abusive and disrespectful behavior. Again, the president, at the outset of this administration, said, I will fire you on the spot, no ifs, ands, or buts. So why is he not being fired?
Well, Matt, let me first say that no one is suggesting that this behavior is acceptable. Quite the opposite. And that since he made the comment he did, which I think was one of the first few days in office, if I remember correctly, we put in place this safe and respectful workplace policy to ensure there was a mechanism, right, to conduct investigations, as was conducted in this case, that can be thorough, that result in some actions and some steps. That's exactly what happened here. But again, this is not acceptable behavior. Dr. Lander is expected to comply, and he will be monitored for compliance because having a safe workplace environment is imperative to the president, the vice president, the first lady, the second gentleman, all of us who work here.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from BlazeTV with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the 2 videos suggested here.